Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Anchor Will here, and this time around we are chatting on Carnival. We're continuing the discussion on Miami Carnival specifically, which is usually the largest in North America and one of the most anticipated in the West Indian calendar of events. Last time around, we spoke with John Beckford for the One Carnival Host Committee, that is, the Miami Broward Carnival Host Committee. And today, we are talking to Rachel Maynard, the band leader of Ramajay Mass International, the champion band, as they call it, as they get ready for Miami Carnival, which is in October. And they'll be giving the world Carnival, the rebirth of happiness. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning. Good
Welcome
morning.
to the Now Morning Show. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We had to because, it's a champion band. How many titles now?
We have 9 titles in New York and 1 in Miami. This will be our 4th year participating in Miami.
So. Nice. And of course, you guys are in New York Carnival, well, formerly New York Carnival. The last one was 2019.
Yes.
We've got Miami, we've got Barbados, we've got St. Lucia, we've got Trinidad, of course.
And Bermuda.
Look at
Bermuda.
you. Earn the title of the champion band.
Thank
we
you,
know Mass is in your blood because I see it. Was it 2019 that won the Carnival King title as well, right?
In Miami, yes, King of Carnival. And he won a couple years in New York as well, too.
See, so we're just continuing along that trend and must be relieved then to hear that Carnival 2021 Miami is in fact happening in COVID.
Thank you. We are happy.
Now, one of the biggest parts of Miami Carnival is literally the number of patrons that we see. Thousands and thousands of persons at this one location participating in this great parade. So talk to me about what your numbers are usually like in terms of the size of the band before COVID and then what we may be looking at for 2021.
So last year, 2019, we had about 1,200 masqueraders. So this year we're going to scale back slightly because it's crazy. We have to scale back numbers because of COVID, but the anticipation is there so much that
it's going to be tough.
Everybody wants to play. So we'll be looking at probably about 1,000 masqueraders this year. 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys have actually implemented pre-registration. So tell me a little bit as to how that's working. Pre-registration versus your regular registration.
So pre-registration basically means that you are sure you want to play Mass with Ramajay. No questions about it. You're going to register basically before you see the costumes, because our costumes are going to launch in about 2 weeks. So when you see our full collection in 2 weeks, then you make the selection of which section you want to be in. But you already registered. So you're secured. You know you're going to get your first choice. You don't have to wait for everyone else.
And regular registration
means that they finish register. They have a 1 week process to register. The pre-registrations have a week process, and then they get to register after if there's anything left.
Now, you guys were part of a launch or a mini launch, I guess, on the 5th, where we got a little sneak peek of some of the costumes. Yeah.
Yes, we had a teaser. We showed 4 out of 13 sections last Saturday in Miami.
Nice. Yeah. Now, one thing that I always like about Ramajay is that you guys stick to your Trini roots. There are many Trinidadian designers for the Ramajay Mass band, yeah?
Yes, correct. We worked this year with Marie Colette, Rawl. We worked with Sean Danraj. And in the past, we've worked with a lot of Trinidad designers.
Nice. So in terms of the ratios or how you decide on that, you have your collective that is based in New York that continuously work with you guys, and then I guess what is it that the band designers reach out to you reach out to them? How does that work?
We usually reach out to the Trinidad designers. We built that relationship with them throughout the years. We all have designed with us going on 3 years now, so it's like we have built that relationship with them throughout the years. So we usually reach out to them. Yeah, they're doing about 4 sections each year.
And let's talk production, because we often forget how much work actually goes into these things because we're reveling on the road. Production is US based and starting how long in advance?
We are actually starting our production for October next week. Before we launch, actually, we have like preliminary numbers of how many backpacks, how many front lines we're going to do. And we're going to start the production process then. It's actually between here and in Florida.
Oh, nice.
We do production.
And in terms of the differences that you're seeing now, because realistically, there will be more ruling out, we understood from John, as regulations are lifted or
Correct.
adjusted in preparation for October.
Mm-hmm.
But thus far, what sorts of significant changes, apart from numbers, has Ramajay had to make in prep for Miami Carnival?
Well, of course, we had the numbers. Every one of our designs now come with a mask. That's the new norm. So we have to design the costumes as such. We're also going to have, with every costume that we give, we're going to have hand sanitizers, wipes. We're going to have those things with the goodie bag. It's now become the norm to put it in your goodie bag as well. And then we're also going to do the same as far as for breakfast and lunch on the road. We're going to have social distancing going on there. Usually where you'll gather at the truck, we're going to make sure we have enough space for our masqueraders to sit comfortably with their friends, and there'll be social distance from other masqueraders, at least for the beginning.
Right. Because we know there's only so much you can control.
Yes.
Once that revelry starts, there's going to be a different vibe.
Yes.
But let's talk that actual severity of things, because we're seeing a lot of institutions are encouraging vaccination. And as much as they can dictate people's pace, there is accommodation or is not accommodation for non-vaccinated persons in Miami, well, Ramajay specifically for Miami. What have you guys done in that regard?
There is accommodation for non-vaccination, but we promote for everyone to get vaccinated. I am vaccinated. The entire staff of Ramajay is. So we encourage masqueraders to get vaccinated. Do it for your family. Do it for your friends. Do it for the revelers that's next to you. So we do encourage it. We're not going to say you're not allowed to come play with us if you're not vaccinated, but just do it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now, I'll segue a little bit, because as much as you do Ramajay the band, you also do events, and we can definitely see a need for that encouragement of the vaccination, because that's what events are, a congregation of people. Have you seen any sort of reluctance at all in terms of getting vaccination, or perhaps proposing that you must be vaccinated to come to an event being a possibility in the near future?
Being based in New York, not really. Like, their vaccination rollout process has been really great. And as things are opening up here, people are more willing to get vaccinated so that they can come out. It's basically, events are up and running right now in New York. So people want to get vaccinated so they can come out. I actually got vaccinated Carnival Tuesday of 2020. Of 2021, because I was like, no, I can't do this anymore.
Wow. Well, of course, we're getting there. Trinidad and Tobago, we're getting there. So who knows, the contingent might be quite large. But that means that you also have artists who are going to be there as well. I know LaRue is a staple in the Ramajay band. I know that there's an artist that we're just going to see. So, but some artists are not actually eager to get vaccinated just yet. So will that pose any sort of challenge in terms of their ability to perform within the band or events that you may host?
Not in that case, but I think as far as traveling wise, because a lot of the artists are international. So I think they may start to change their thinking process when the bookings start to come in.
Definitely.
They may change their mind a little bit.
And in that case, you told us that you gave us a little teaser, 5 costumes out of, is it 13 sections?
It was four costumes we showed out of 13 sections, correct.
So when can we expect to see the rest of those costumes?
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. See, that's what was one of the issues. That was one of the issues with post-COVID. The announcement came, we wasn't sure what was going on.
Right. So
a lot of, we're still fine-tuning a lot of the sections right now.
Makes sense. But that means we need to head over to the website, or do we have an actual physical location that things are going to be displayed on? How are we doing this time around?
In New York City, we're going to have a couple pop-up shops. So the best way to get those information and those dates is to head over to our Instagram page, which is Ramajay Mass, RAMAJAYMAS, and you can see all the information on when to register. The website will be up in 2 weeks as well.
Sounds good. And as far as carnivals go, what's the next one that you're heading to in terms of Ramajay itself? Not you, because I see you all over the place in every carnival. Which one is Ramajay going to be doing?
But usually after Miami, we hit Trinidad Carnival next. We usually have a section within Yuma, so
That's still happening.
Fingers crossed that we'll be back in Trinidad soon. Fingers crossed. Double fingers crossed that we'll be in Trinidad soon for our next carnival.
Alrighty. And in that case, we shall, if we wanted to generally reach you, registration, the band, give us those contacts so we could Ramajay too now.
You can actually email us. Our email address is ramajayinternational@gmail.com, and send us a DM on Instagram. That's the fastest and quickest way to get to us. Or you can just give us a call, 718-749-2370. That's the best way to get in contact with us.
Alrighty. Now, this is a little side note because the thought occurs to me that generally we have people who are involved in the carnival industry in the background a lot. I know you said you have your production and stuff done in New York. So if I wanted to come across on these sites, put together 2 feathers, stick some gems, I could do that. You need any help?
Listen,
let me know
the
if I need
mass
to get
camp,
work permit.
mass camp life always need help. Anyone who's ever been in a mass camp knows we welcome extra hands. What you don't know, you will learn on the spot.
I love it. Well, keep flying the Trinidad flag high because that's what you do every year when you touch the road with Ramajay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Rachel Maynard, band leader for Ramajay Mass, the champion band. We'll see what you all do in Miami this year. But we'll talk to you soon. And of course, have a happy and safe carnival if we do talk again, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, we are getting ready to continue to talk about everything that is now. Taking a quick break and coming back with more on the Now Morning Show.